condition right now. Water about to reach the roof soon.
Y'all think I ain't been on phone for a while. My whole area flooded out. My whole shelter flooded out. I'm trying to evacuate. So, don't look for me to talk. Don't look for me to talk for the next couple of minutes, eh? For the next couple of hours. I need high water.
Oh my God! Wait, hold on, man. Let me see this. Let me see where he going. Let me see where he going, though. He can turn. Oh! Boy, some people already know flipping good, but when you can turn over. That deep? Now you're voicing. Donkey. Real donkey.
Front door burst wide open and dumped an additional 6 feet of water inside the house. So this is what we're up against, and uncertain of any rescue on the way. And a number of my neighbors are in a similar position. And my stairs is being bombarded with furniture, so I'm uncertain how long that will hold.
Where they going? Where they going?
Police headquarters. Police headquarters yard. This is the front of Central. This is what we're dealing with, folks. So please stay indoors. Stay indoors. We're here and we're watching the water, just the ocean, I should say, just flowing in. All the water from the region center flowing in. Look at the cars at Prosecution Building, Region Center. Look at the cars underwater. Water almost up to the windshield of the car. This is what we're dealing with at headquarters, folks.
It's my dock down there where that light pole is. Literally have about 8 feet now, 8 feet over high tide. It's all white out.
The entire double hurricane window has come out of the wall near our laundry room, so outside is now inside.
Ain't nothing you can do. That's the surge. You gotta get out here too.
That's it. How much time you say?
We gotta do at least 3 hours in here. Then get this out.
The light wing.
Wait. Light the most right there.
The car upside down. Wait, you all sure we can make this? Oscillate now. The windows are broken, and now water is coming through those big windows you see over there. Water is everywhere. The kitchen is destroyed. Water is up to basically the cabinets. Everything is just in ruins. All the wooden floors came up. It's a disaster. Attempt to head out in the storm, to evacuate, to go by our neighbors, to the 2-story home. Wait, the car moving? Yo, we gotta move the generator. Help me put the generator on the thing up.
We gotta go up on the attic. We actually been making
Where the car is, right?
I just ain't going no too far. Again. We are live at the office of the Prime Minister, which is also command central for the NEMA Center during Hurricane Dorian's passage through Grand Bahama. Now at this time, as you can see, the storm is definitely beginning to intensify. A lot more rain and wind is picking up speed. Winds are now at this time between 160 and 165 miles per hour. Officials are hoping that it will decrease in wind speed and not increase at this time. As I've said before, we are live at the office of the Prime Minister in Freeport, Grand Bahama, which will also serve as the command center for NEMA as Hurricane Dorian passes through Grand Bahama. Now we've heard, now the update we've heard is that there have been calls from West Grand Bahama and East Grand Bahama, places that were asked to evacuate. There were definitely calls for persons to be rescued in those areas, and officials cannot move at this time as the storm continues to intensify. But we're hoping, the eye of the storm is now in Freetown, Grand Bahama, so we're hoping that as it moves closer to Freeport, the 3-hour time period that we will have, they will be able to go out and try and get persons into hurricane shelters during that time. We have a fire truck outside that is waiting and ready. If you can see, winds are increasing. There's one in this area, just a few branches and trees on the floor, but nothing too serious. But I'm sure, as you've seen on social media, other areas have been affected. We've been getting calls from residents since 5 o'clock this morning about flooding in areas and persons needing to be rescued and taken to shelters. Now, we're speaking with the head of NEMA operations here during this time, Don Cornish. A few minutes ago, he told us that a lot of calls that they are getting are from areas where persons were told to evacuate. That's West and East Grand Bahama, with the exception of about 2 areas in Freeport. Now, as was said before many times by Minister of State for Grand Bahama, by the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, and by other executives and officials, West Grand Bahama and East Grand Bahama residents needed to evacuate, and now those persons that have chosen to stay are in harm's way. We're trying, our NEMA teams are trying their best to get persons out there to rescue them, but there's not much we can do as the storm is slowly but surely growing in intensity. Their plan is to wait until the eye of the storm passes over Freeport and to use that between 3 and 5 hour loop to try and go and rescue persons and to take them to hurricane shelters. This morning, about 33 more officers were dispatched to shelters to help out as the storm intensified. As we said, these winds are between 160 and 165 miles per hour, which is good because it decreased from 185 that was experienced in Abaco. Now, we still have over 200 miles per hour in gust, but officials are hoping that the storm, although it's intensifying right now, we're also hoping that the winds continue to decrease and Grand Bahama can survive this storm.